This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at the opening night of the 2014 Newport Beach Film Festival, celebrating its 15-year anniversary and featuring the world premiere of Lovesick, starring Matt LeBlanc and Chevy Chase.
Tell me about this film.
The film is based on the concept that when two people fall in love, your brain chemistry changes. And in a certain amount of people, a small amount of people, it changes so much you go clinically insane. So Matt LeBlanc, the lead character, has this condition where he goes clinically insane as he's falling in love. So it's a comedy. He's trying to keep it at bay, keep the relationship going until it, gets past a certain point where it could actually normalize a little bit.
I heard his character is kind of a stalker too.
That's the craziness part of it. I mean, I don't know if it's a stalker, but he definitely has a rich imagination and imagines things that happening with Ali Larter's character.
Were you able to relate to this character at all?
I think everyone can kind of relate to this a little bit, because when you're in love and falling in love, there's a certain amount of craziness and jealousy and everything that goes in with that. So I think it's a very relatable subject.
Now, you've worked with a lot of great actors in the past, in your MTV days and so on and so forth. What is it like working with Matt LeBlanc?
He's amazing. He was very enthusiastic about the film. He's a guy that works really hard, knew all of his lines, excited to be at work every day. And it was honestly such a pleasure to work with him. I couldn't have asked for a better, huge actor with a normal mentality and great work ethic to work with.
And and there's a lot of other wonderful actors and actresses that are in this movie. Name them and tell me what it was like working with them.
Well, Matt was the first piece of the puzzle that we signed on, and from there, all the other pieces fell into place. Like Ali Larter was amazing. Chevy Chase came in and did an amazing part. Adam Rodriguez, I've actually known for a long time, so it was very special to be able to work with him on a project.
Tell me about Chevy Chase. What was the highlight? What was that moment that you're like, I'll remember that forever?
Well, I mean, he was telling you all the stories that you want to hear. He's talking about Caddyshack and, all the old-time stories. It's like you're talking to this living film legend, and, it was great hearing all those stories, and he was very personal, very nice.
When you finish a film like this, do you sleep better at night?
Yes. And we're almost there. I feel like it's never quite done until it's actually out.
Andy Milonakis, tell me about his genius.
Actually, I did invite him tonight, but he's in Greece right now, so he couldn't make it.
Pranking somebody?
Well, he's actually Greek, so he has family there. I think he's there for like a month. So anyways, he's great. Very funny. Definitely out there, but he has such an amazing personality and such a caring person. I don't know, I mean, he was so appreciative of the fame that he was gaining because he was an IT guy and he kind of got discovered by Jimmy Kimmel, and he appreciated every moment along the way. So it was great watching that, because I was there during the first season when no one knew him, and then everyone kind of did after that.
We got to talk about this tie. This is Miami Vice.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Because you got, and not only have you captured the Miami Vice, you have the polka dots, like the Go-Go's, that whole 80s thing.
I had a couple tie choices. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and this is the one that I came out with.
Well, Goldstein, much success in your career. Thank you so much for making this film and being here and being a cool guy from Foothill.
Thank you.
Give a shout out to the Newport Beach Film Festival.
Great times at the Newport Beach Film Festival. Thank you very much.
What was it like working with Matt LeBlanc?
He's amazing. He's a definite, force to be reckoned with. He's so polite. He knows his lines, your lines, where the lighting goes. He's a phenomenal actor.
What do you think of the mature Matt LeBlanc? Because he's a grown-up now.
What do I think of him?
He's no longer Joey.
Obviously. I mean, he was obviously just playing a character, and people sometimes get the public only wants to see them one way, and there's a lot of different layers to people than just one character. So I think it's fortunate for him he gets to show the world that now.
What do you got coming up?
I'm doing a little part on a show called Murder in the First on TNT, and then I have another film that should be hitting the the festival circuit called something about her.
Makeup must-haves.
Armani Foundation.
Good decision. A medium, full, or light coverage?
Light coverage. And Stila lip gloss.
What's your powder?
Laura Mercier.
What about your eyeshadow?
Stila.
My film's coming out on Saturday and Sunday with the Australian Spotlight. My movie is called Goddess, and I play a housewife that gets fed up with my life, and it's a musical comedy. There's lots of singing and dancing, and it's very Aussie humor. It's fantastic. It was so fun to do. So yeah, I think people are going to love it. Being in Newport Beach, positive. This is the 15th year of doing it, and apparently Greg, the president, it's his absolute wish that the filmmakers get celebrated in this festival, which I really love. There's no scores, there's no guys, it's just passionate about the art and about promoting the filmmakers themselves, and I think that's exciting.
What's next for you?
I'm doing a new musical. That's what I do. I do music. I'm doing another Broadway show. It's called Finding Neverland. It was a movie, and now it's going to be a musical.
Love by Design. Tell me what it's about.
Love by Design, it's a romantic comedy. And it's basically about this girl who is a fashion editor. And usually you would think of a fashion editor being very glamorous, but she's not, you know. She's not like the way I'm dressed tonight. And she's not looking really the part, but she's a really hard worker. And she has this editor-in-chief who, who decides, that she should give somebody else, basically everything that she worked for, Danielle, who is playing my character. So basically she decides to go back home to her hometown, which is in Romania, where I'm originally from. And basically there began a whole new series of events, and she meets this guy, played by David Oakes, who's a brilliant actor, by the way. He played in The White Queen, The Borgias, The Pillars of the Earth. And we had an amazing cast and actors, and we were really lucky. And I think people are really going to enjoy the film.
What do you love about the Newport Beach Film Festival?
First of all, I love that everybody's so positive and so friendly, and the energy. I believe in energy, and there's a very good vibe here.
Mayor Rush Hill.
Yes.
Newport Beach.
Yes.
What do you love about it?
What's there not to love about it?
You got the cake job, right?
Oh, this is a yes. If you're going to be mayor of any place, Newport Beach is the place to be mayor.
So now, what are the duties of a Newport Beach mayor besides the beautiful Newport Beach Film Festival?
Well, we shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies, sign a lot of proclamations, and answer a lot of complaints, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
How much time do you spend on complaints?
Not more than half a day, a day. Yeah. No, this is a great place. Our citizens love Newport Beach. We're blessed with that. We have a great staff. As I say, greatness doesn't happen by accident. It comes from good policy and good implementation, and we're blessed with that all the way down the line. So,
how often do you get to see him?
Oh, at least once a week, somewhere 8 or 9 at night after that. So
I was going to say, with all those responsibilities.
It's a busy life for him, yes.
And a good life. You look very healthy.
Well, thank you. It's an exciting job. This is one of our major signature events, and it's the 15th year. It's grown up from infancy to a very mature, exciting, major event for our city. We love hosting the people that come into town. We know that a lot of them, when they leave, say, I'm coming back.
Everybody knows that when the celebrities, when they make it in Hollywood, this is where they buy their houses to escape.
That's right. That's right.
True.
Great to see you.
You too.
I always see you here.
I know. You look great. I love your hair.
Thank you. I wore it straight. I was getting sick of the curly thing.
So what's going on in your life right now?
Oh my gosh. Kids are growing, which is crazy. My youngest is going to be 5. It's like, how did that happen? I just sold my own show that I created. I'm producing as well as a cast member. It's something that's never been seen on reality TV. I can't really tell you too much about it other than it's around a business for other ladies. And then I have 2 other shows that I'm pitching that I would be producing as well, but I wouldn't be in them. So I just came out with my own fitness DVD. It's 30-minute total body workout with your toddler. So it's never been done before, and what it is I actually use my toddler as my weight and resistance. So instead of lifting weights, I lift my baby.
How do you keep disciplined with any of that, working out and eating right and all this stuff? How do you do it?
Everyone's going to hate me for this, but I really don't. But I actually need to now because it's starting to show. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little stomach now.
Oh, no way.
Because it was just my birthday, and then we had Easter, and then it was spring break for the kids. So it is hard to stay disciplined, but I'm really lucky because my mom's 98 pounds after 5 kids, so it's like in our genes. So a lot of it's genes. I'm sorry, you're gonna hate me, but it is.
My name is Chris Buffard. In our film is called You or a Loved One. It's this is Matt Mercer. He directed it. I wrote it. We both act in it. It's kind of a coming of age sort of dramedy about a young guy. Hopefully he's young.
You're young.
Because I play him, so hopefully mistakenly young. Yeah. Who he is not quite sure if he suffers from anxiety, and he finds himself in a pharmaceutical drug trial and then after it's over, some interesting sort of things happen, and there's a love sort of.
You know what? That is genius.
What?
That is genius. You guys came up with that?
He wrote it, I directed it, and we just went to town on it.
Why should people see this movie?
They should see it because it's going to be relatable and it's going to be fun, and for something that doesn't have explosions and aircraft carriers and stuff like that, it's still going to be pretty fun.
How close to the dream is this that you've made this film and completed it?
Oh man, this is the dream. Okay. You know, just honestly, like the thing is, like every day leading up to when we made it, I think like the thing is, you know, luckily, like just I always knew that Matt and I were always so on the same page. Just as like I knew that every single day that we were gonna do whatever it took that day. And I mean, we're talking 6 months before we even shot. I knew that we were both doing something to get the movie made every single day. And I just felt this kind of poise that I'd never kind of felt before, just knowing that we were making it happen. And, you know, I just felt like a boxer training for a fight, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, well, we were talking about relatability before. When I first read Chris's script, I wanted to direct it because it was relatable. And, you know, when you're in the midst of making a movie, you're never quite sure if it's going to work or not. You're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So to get into a festival like this, of this caliber, and a big festival like this really confirms that, you know, it works on some level.
Commencement.
My name's Ari Gross. I play the father in the story of 3 generations on the day that our daughter we're celebrating her graduation from a prestigious university, and at the end of the summer she'll go off to an Ivy League school for law school, and we are putting the best face on the kind of disaster that our lives have become.
Well, my life's not a disaster in the movie. I'm having the time of my life in this film, and I'm just trying to help my dear friend in the movie, Krista, pick up and continue on boldly. I play Rachel.
What's your name?
Rachel.
Break it down.
What's up? Break it down. I'm Brian Deckard. I play Andrew. I am the reason the day goes so poorly. I am.
What do you do?
Instead of proposing, I break up with Krista on the happiest day of her life.
That's always fun.
It's not a good move.
And how do you not lose your mind?
With the support of everybody around me, though the mind of Krista definitely does get lost a little bit, but everybody helps bring it back.
I'm actually the writer-director.
Okay.
The highlight truly is this wonderful ensemble, these gifted actors that came together to work on the material together, and how they influenced what the story became, how deep we got into these people's lives, and really how effective the film is a direct tribute to their wonderful gifts and their wonderful talents. And we really feel like it's a little film that addresses a lot of what the middle class is going through and has been going through, and it's also funny. It's also funny, but it's deeply human because of these folks right here.
Newport Beach Film Festival rocks!
The Blairing Out Show.